Howdy music fans, thanks for joining me today. I am jumping on a thread that I saw on Jamie Cottle's channel, and he caught it from the original, which was Static Traveler. I'll put both of the links to their videos in the description. Okay, here's the questions. There's 10 questions. The first one is, show a mini album replica. This is supposed to be a non-vinyl thread, by the way. So that works for me because I don't do vinyl. Show a mini album replica format CD, first off, and or one with unusual packaging. So my mini album replica is going to be Bob Dylan's Bringing It All Back Home from the mono set, the 8-album mono set that I did a video for a while back. And these are just really nice. They're really sturdy and they're just really solid. This is blank, nothing going on here. And the disc has the Columbia logo label on it. And yeah, I just think they're solid. They're bigger than a regular CD, but luckily on the shelf it happens to be on, it fits. And they're just really, really, really nice. They just look like an album. On the back they have the outline there, like an album would, of the paper that goes on the back of the cardboard. And it's just really cool. Looks like the original. So there we go. That's my album, my album replica format CD. Now, something with unusual packaging. Albany Filletta, I think is how you say her name. Black Coffee Blues. She did these with very specific hand-drawn art, and then they're taped on the back with the set list. She's an acoustic blues player. Or resonator. You might have seen a poster of her behind me when I've done videos from the other part of my apartment. And she does slide on a resonator and does acoustic blues, finger picking style. And I got turned on to her by a guy, Steve James, who I've taken a bunch of slide lessons from and slide classes from. And he told me about her, and she was opening up a little show for him. And so I went and got to see her and him, and it was great. I don't know how the hell to get the CD back in there correctly. I think I did it. Okay. So anyway, I bought 2 of her CDs that night, partly because they were both completely different artwork. So that's pretty cool. Albany Filletta Black Coffee Blues is one, and then the other one is Someone to Dance With. And there you go. And I think the instrumentation she has on here is clarinet, guitar and vocals, cornet, drums, string bass, violin, and rhythm guitar. And looks like most of these are written by her, which is surprising because she's a blues artist. So that's pretty cool. And then this one, all songs written by her, also recorded in 2017. And tenor, banjo, string bass, vocals, guitar, vocals. And this one was 2012. So there's my unusual packaging. Next, show a book, a music book you have returned to often. Now, I take that to mean a reference book based on the other videos I watched. I don't go to reference books often because I use the internet. It's just so easy. It's right there. But just the other day, I went to this book, and I have 3 books on this artist, Rolling Stones A to Z, and basically it's an encyclopedic kind of book on the Rolling Stones, and it was made, printed. I'll tell you. I'll look at it, but it's got a ton of entries, and it's a really, really cool book. And just the other day, I'd heard on the internet that Charlie Watts did not play drums on the song It's Only Rock and Roll. Kenny Jones of the Faces and the Who played that drum track. I never knew that. So I looked it up and in here, and it's in here. So I thought, wow, that's really cool. So that's why I'm choosing this, is because I just used it like yesterday or the day before. I don't know when this video will go up, but from when I'm making it. So this was copyright 1983, so about up to Undercover, the album Undercover. Anyway, I have other reference books of the Stones that I'd like to show in a different video of books, music books. So I'm going to keep going. Next one, show 3 releases linked by the same artist from 3 different decades. It could be like they're a solo and then they're in a band, or they're in a band and then they went solo. I chose to do an artist that I'm probably never going to do a video on, most likely, and that's John Lee Hooker, a blues artist. I could have done dozens of artists from my collection that span 3 decades or more. But I chose this. I chose John Lee Hooker. So the first one is The Country Blues of John Lee Hooker. I had this on vinyl as a different cover and probably a different title as a kid. It's amazing. It's just him and acoustic guitar, I think, and his foot stomp a little bit. But it is nothing like his groove, his boom boom type, boogie chillin' type groove. It's nothing like that. It is fantastic. Black Snake, How Long Blues, Wobblin' Baby, She's Long, She's Tall, She Weeps Like a Willow Tree, P-Fine Special, Tupelo Blues, I'm Prison Bound, I Rode a Little Boat, Waterboy, Church Bell Tone, Bottle Up and Go, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl, and Behind the Plow. I highly recommend this. This was released in 1959. Okay, that's that one. Next one is John Lee Hooker with Canned Heat, Endless Boogie, 1971. And he's done, I think, a few albums with Canned Heat. They were a preferred backup band of his. And then this one is Mr. Lucky, I believe, 1991. And I chose this because it has Keith Richards on it and a whole bunch of guests. Later in his career, he did this kind of thing a couple of times. Albert Collins, Ry Cooder, Robert Cray, John Hammond, Johnny Johnson, Chuck Berry's piano player, Booker T. Jones, Van Morrison, Keith Richards, Carlos Santana, Johnny Winter, and more, whoever the and more is. Anyway, those are my 3 CDs of one artist linked together. Show a box set you own with the most CDs. I pretty much knew what this was going to be right off the bat. And I've done a video on it. My Bear Family Louisiana Hayride box set. I'm not gonna pull this all out because you can see the video on my channel. It's in the playlist of CD collection. I have a lot of playlists on my channel. That's the playlist. The one that these are all on. It's got 20 CDs and a big heavy book like Bear Family is known to do. These CDs are actually not in jewel cases, and this thing is still incredibly heavy. They are in digipacks. So, I don't know. I mean, this is probably 20 pounds or more. Anyway, 20 CDs in this. My number 2 would be Chuck Berry, Bear Family at 16, and number 3 would be Hank Williams. I've also done videos on both of those sets. The Hank Williams one that's shaped like an old-time radio with 15 CDs and a DVD and a book. Okay. Next is show a music magazine or magazine-produced publication. So acoustic guitar, I picked this up recently just because Elizabeth Cotten was on the cover, and I love Elizabeth Cotten, and I thought, wow, she's actually on a magazine cover. I'm going to read about her. And so it's a fingerstyle blues edition, kind of 30 years of acoustic guitar special issue. And they give you songs to play. I also read Rolling Stone a little bit, especially those featured artist ones, editions, and then I will and little bits of news in there I like to get. And then Mojo is a wonderful one. That's one of my favorites. Okay, so that's it for that. Next is, this was a hard one, and I'm kind of cheating here. Show a non-music CD or cassette. I just don't think I have one except for a Burn, a CDR of a meditations CD. That's it. I have a few of those, and I also have some voice lessons ones. So anyway, that's my non-music CD. Next, show an album you have not played in over 2 years. I could show you dozens of albums I have not played in over 2 years. I chose one of my all-time favorites, certainly my favorite by this artist, David Bowie's Honky Dory, which is just a fantastic album all the way through. I love every song on this record, I believe. This has some bonus tracks, which some people like, some people don't like, because it's not the original full, album the way it was. But anyway, David Bowie's Honky Dory. I haven't listened to it in over 2 years. I should listen to it. It is fantastic. But the new music just keeps coming in for me. Or I keep buying it. All right, next is show a music-related DVD you would recommend. Again, I could show you dozens of those, but I chose Tom Petty's Running Down a Dream, the film by Peter Bogdanovich, documentary. I've seen this film. It's over 3 hours, and I've watched it at least twice. And It's a wonderful set. It's broken down into two DVDs actually, and then there's a live show on the last DVD, and then there's a CD that comes with it that I have on the CD shelf. Um, so it's a four disc set. There's a big coffee table hardbound book that comes with it as well, and then this also comes with some postcards. It looks like, or some booklets. Yeah, postcards. Um, so this is pretty cool, I think, this set. And but I would recommend just watching the film. It is streaming on Prime, I think, and I don't know if it's rent or buy, or if it's for free on there, because I've seen it and I have it on DVD, so I haven't checked it out. But you could check it out. And then a nice little booklet comes with this as well. So Running Down a Dream, I highly recommend. Sometime maybe I should do a video on favorite concert films. But for now, this documentary film of the Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker story come in at about 3 hours, and still leaves you wanting to keep going. Plus a DVD of a later era live show. At the time, I think it was thought to be one of their last shows. It was before the 40th anniversary tour, with the unfortunate end there, or aftermath. This is really annoying me why this isn't working, but there we go. Okay, now we get this guy in there. Okay, yeah, the show on this set is DVD, disc 4, bonus track CD. Oh, disc 3 is a 130th anniversary concert from Gainesville, Florida. And it's quite a lot of songs. Stevie Nicks is on here a couple times guesting, so I highly recommend that. Okay, next. Show an album which was a disappointment. This is tough because if I find something a disappointment, it moves out pretty quick. It goes back to the record store for trade or something like that. But I've kept this one because I still like it, but it ended up being not as cool as I thought, or as good as I thought it would be. Kitty, Daisy, and Lewis. I heard saw a YouTube version of them doing the old Canned Heat song, Going Up the Country, and I really loved it. I loved their version of it. And I did listen to more stuff, but I just decided to buy this CD, and I guess I didn't listen thoroughly enough, and when it came, I just wasn't thrilled with it. They do a lot of covers like that. Buggin' Blues, Polly Put the Kettle On, Honolulu Rockarola, I Got My Mojo Working, Mean Son of a Gun, Hillbilly Music, Mohair Sam, Ooh-Wee, Swingin' Hawaii, bonus tracks, Baby Hold Me Tight, and Say You'll Be Mine, and Ride. And they're good. They're a family band. There are two sisters and a brother, and they do their own production and recording, and they do all the instruments and the vocals, and they do some songwriting. It just, I don't know, sometimes to me it felt like it was almost out of tune, some of the instruments and the singing here and there, and it was pretty raw. But I will say it's good. Check it out on Spotify. Check them out, Kitty, Daisy, and Lewis. I don't want to discourage people from listening to them. Give them a try, see if you like them. It was a disappointment just in that it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it's still good. All right. Next, show an album with a poor cover and or an album you would never play in front of the parents or your children. Well, that's easy. Not easy, but I don't have kids, but this is a poor cover. I work with kids, and I would never show them this cover of the Barnyard Playboys. The album is Dumbass on a Rampage, so I wouldn't show kids this cover. I chose two though, and I've shown you guys this already in two other videos. Hot Boogie Chillin', for obvious reasons. I wouldn't show this to kids that I work with either. Okay, that's it for that. And then I decided, it says and or, so I did both of them. The ones I would never play for anybody, parents or children, are Honky Tonk Hustlers. I got into these guys very briefly. What is this? God, I can't even see it. What it's called, Paulways of the Always or something like that, and South of Nashville. They are just filthy. They're just they sound a lot like Hank Williams III, who I love and is great. Also has some kind of raunchy stuff. Not a lot of it though. But there's just lots and lots of swearing, lots and lots of drugs, lots and lots of alcohol, and lots of misogynist kind of sounding stuff, and I just, yeah, you know, sadly, because I like the music, and they sound like, you know, it's decent stuff overall. But since I got these and listened to them the first time, I don't think I've listened to them again. I just kind of have been turned off by them. I might give them another try, but they're yeah, that's the one I wouldn't play for anybody. So there you go, folks. I'm gonna put Jamie Cottle's video for this thread on in the description, and I will put Static Traveler's um, video for this thread in my description as well. And jump on yourself. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.